Nah, let me tell you, say I love it there. I love it there. Love it there. Yeah.
Alrighty, folks, a very, very good afternoon to you. Welcome to Campus Connection, another week inside Youth Month. Yeah, we're evolving. I'm Shivani Blair, so good to be with you once again. I trust you all are doing well. Trust you had a great day and you're ready to unwind with us as we take you home this evening. Want to say welcome once again. It's the ninth episode of Campus Connection here on the family station Love 101. I'm Shivani Blair. I'm not alone. Reverend Samuels should be joining me in just a moment. He's your regular host. I'm just the guest host this week. Timoy is standing by with me. So he'll be guiding the process as well as we take you through until 6:30. This evening it's going to be a fun-packed show. Lots happening. Boy, influencers left, influencers right, and they're center too. And so we hear from our influencers. So also coming up, we'll have education news and bulletin with our student partner from the Northern Caribbean University. We'll also have Campus Tune. A student will sing for us a very special song. We'll also have 15 minutes with the Guys Hill School as they celebrate 50 years. That's really, really nice, you know. And I told you a while ago, the Let's Talk segment where we'll have a chat with the influencers in recognition of Youth Month 2021. We're going to be connecting with some of the people you've seen on social media. You see them on TikTok, you see them on Instagram, you see them on YouTube, some use Twitter. They're all over. And so we'll get a chance to interact with them in the Let's Talk segment coming up at 6 o'clock. Yeah, so whether it's art, whether it's entertainment or life lessons, they'll be here to guide us through all of what they do inside our Let's Talk segment. So Lid will be on. Lid Smith, he's a Jamaican living in Japan. He's an artist, creative, journalist, and educator. Basilia Brandenburg, absolutely no stranger to Love 101, right? She's a adjunct lecturer at NCU, YouTuber, content developer, and a creative. Lyric Chester, name you all know, right? Singer, content developer, and makeup artist. She'll also join us. So lots happening. And let me just apologize. We should have had Julie Mango on. You know Julie Mango? Okay. Timoy, where you come from? So Julie had confirmed, she was supposed to be on, and something came up, and so she sent her regards, her apologies. So she won't be with us this evening, but we do understand. Every now and again, something, just pop up, but no worries. We're going to be having an amazing time. Also coming up, we'll have I Chose Christ, You Should Too. Stay with us. This is the family station, Love 101. I'm Giovanni Blair. It's Reverend Samuel. She'll be joining us in just a moment. So stick and stay with us. Now, we're live on Facebook, by the way. And we're live on YouTube as we want you to interact with us as we just have a great time with the Inside Campus Connection. It's Youth Month, and we are evolving. Take a break. So come.
Something for your youth, bread of life that I know are my food. Plus man a bust a tune, bust a campus tune. Now make it go and bounce in my room. Cause of that I go on from campus. We are carried a lot from campus.
For the youth that can be achieved through hard work, dedication, planning, education, and words of wisdom. The best advice for young people often comes from older folks who have lived their youth. We can't do without them. They are our guide. Being young is fun. It's exciting. Young people are physically strong, naturally more curious, and love taking risks and enjoying life. Trust me. To keep up with this free spirit, it is essential to keep them motivated. John Gray says, never tell a young person that anything cannot be done. And I'll add, guide them and allow their dreams to become a reality. Jeremiah 29:11 says, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Hi, I'm Shivani Blair, your youth ambassador, reminding you to speak words of life over our young people. It's Youth Month. Let's evolve.
I'll lean on you, lean on me. We got this.
Recession, bills, disappointment. List goes on. How can we cope when we're faced with so many issues? They seem to fall one behind the other. Well, it's good to talk. And Love 101 is making the way with counseling psychologist Joan Paintney. Yes, Love 101 invites you to talk, share, Seek guidance and prayer with the counselor. Simply call the Love 101 studio lines at 968-8327, 968-8328, and 954-376-5418 for the counselor. Join Joan Pinckney every Tuesday and Wednesday, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. for the counselor. Live on Love 101, the family station. Help is on the way.
Where the student them Swiss we are, where the student Swiss campus connection, tell me what I want. Campus connection, I got to go on campus. Young people are got hard on campus. Come on, tell me what I want. Campus connection, tell me what I want.
Alrighty, folks, welcome back to Campus Connection right here in the family station. Love on what I'm Shivani Blair, your guest host. Yeah, it's Youth Month, and we are evolving. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're just coming on, welcome. And let me just say big thanks to all our friends on Facebook and YouTube. Love 101 FM Jamaica. That's where it's at. So if you want to see, my guests and all that's going to be taking place, jump on to the YouTube page or the Facebook page. So once again, welcome back. It's time for Education News, brought to you by our friends at NCU. With us this afternoon is Chanel Mills. Chanel, how are you? Welcome. Good to have you again.
I'm
Yeah?
okay. How are you? It's good
Very
to be
well.
here.
Great. Had a great day?
I did. I actually did. I was very excited to be here. So here I
Yeah.
am with a lot of optimism and positiveness.
Great. Good to have you. Tell us what's coming up in the news.
Hi, welcome to Education News. Here inside Campus Connection, I am Chanel Mills. The Education Ministry says student safety is being given top priority as the country prepares to begin a phased resumption of face-to-face classes for children in grades 7 to 10. At the same time, the ministry said through the Education in Emergency Plan guided by the international best practices, all students are provided with the opportunity for continued learning through the modalities such as computer-aided learning, audio-visual learning, and the use of learning kits. Classes have been held largely online since last year when schools were closed after the first case of the novel coronavirus was reported here in March. In a recent press briefing, Prime Minister the Honorable Andrew Holness announced that face-to-face learning would resume for 376 of the island's 759 primary schools on Monday, November 8. A total of 45,390 students will return to classrooms for some level of weekly physical learning. Among them will be high school students in grades 11 to 13, who will be accommodated in small groups to complete lab and other practical assignments for their external exams. Now in other news. As Jamaica transitions to the now compulsory 7-year secondary education cycle, the Education Ministry has ordered that no graduation ceremonies for fifth formers should be in place for this academic year. High school principals have also been told that if their schools lack the space or resources, they will be responsible for finding places for their students to continue their studies beyond grade 11 at other institutions and will be held accountable for their progress until they return to their original school at the end of sixth form to graduate. The Sixth Form Pathways Program, SFPP, aims to ensure that students leave secondary school with improved certification in order to better transition into tertiary studies or the workforce. Now in regional news. With the interruptions of the conventional schooling due to the COVID-19 pandemic and concerns about learning loss, a multi-partnership is underway to establish a model learning recovery and improvement strategy for Caribbean schools. The Caribbean Community CARICOM Secretariat, the Caribbean Development Bank CDB, and the Caribbean Development Bank CDB coordinated a validation workshop to advance the development of the strategy. Education specialists within the Education Department Management Unit, EDMU, of the OECS, Mr. Raver Garden, said that the EDMU went into higher gear when it realized the significant importance or the impact the COVID-19 pandemic would have on the education systems in the OESC. The concern led to the development of education response and recovery strategy, which had the input of education stakeholders and development partners. It's now time for campus bulleting. Become a student ambassador for the University of Technology Jamaica. You must be an enrolled student with the minimum of 2.5 GPA. The student must be an active university club NGO member, must also be able to commit to at least 1 year, and the student must be an ambassador of the program. Retrieve forms online via the student portal of the university's website. Deadline is November 24, 2021. Mark your calendars. November 18 and 19 from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. is the Virtual Youth Summit. The Future of Work, Digitization of Employment. For more information, visit Digital Jamaica and the Ministry of Education's social media pages. And that's all we have in the news and bulletin for you today inside Education News. Be sure to join us next week for more news updates. I am Chanel Mills, and it was my pleasure being here with you.
Hey, thank you so much, Chanel. All the best.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Chanel Mills there. All right, my friend from NC, Northern Caribbean University. My friend is on, Reverend Samuels. How are you?
I nearly say, your things have been done. Your things have been done.
You just at home. Oh, I trust you had a good day.
Yes, yes. I was about to say His Excellency, Sir Youth Ambassador, because
Oh,
that's how
no,
you
man.
address-
Youth ambassador is perfectly fine.
Don't go no further. Stop right there.
No, you're right. That's all.
Oh my gosh.
I tell you.
Good to be on show with you. This is like an honor for me to just engage you and to be co-host with you. I feel honored. I need to send across a piece of paper to get an autograph.
You're too funny.
Well. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I almost forgot that we are right in Campus Connection. I am so overwhelmed with being with the big man. But that was just education news you heard for today. And it was brought to us, as you heard from the real big man, by Chanel Mills. And Chanel Mills happens to be a third-year student at the Northern Caribbean University, pursuing a degree in communication studies. Yes, with an emphasis in journalism. So, listen, be sure to listen in next week for more news details and bulletin.
Indeed. We also have with us Michael Barton. She's a second year student at the Montego Bay Community College. How are you, Michael? Welcome to Campus Connection.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Great, good to have you. What are you going to sing for us this evening?
I am going to sing Can't Give Up Now by Mary Mary.
All over to you.
Whoa, big song.
Oh, there will be mountains that I will have to climb, and there will be battles that I will have to fight, but victory or defeat, it's up to me to decide. But how can I expect to win if I never try? I just can't give up now. I come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me that the road would be easy, and I don't believe he's brought me this far to leave me. Oh, never said there wouldn't be trials, never said I wouldn't fall, never said that everything would go the way I wanted to go. But when my back is against the wall and it feels all hope is gone. I just lift my head up to the sky and say, help me to be strong. Oh, I just can't give up now. I've come too far from where I started from. Oh, nobody told me that the road it would be easy, and I don't believe he's brought me this far to leave me. Oh, no, you didn't bring me out here to leave me lonely, even when I can't see clearly. I know that you are with me, so I just can't give up now. I've come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me that the road it would be easy, and I don't believe he's brought me this far to leave me. Oh, no, I don't believe he's brought me this far to leave me. Oh, I don't believe he's brought me this far to leave me.
Nice.
Hey, Shivani, she can't sing, you know.
I know. And she has a beautiful smile too.
No, I'm telling you, that was the first thing I saw. Well, you know, a good smile, man.
Yeah, tell you. Thank you so much, Micah. Thank you.
Thank you for having me once more. Thank you.
Very well.
Boy.
Nice.
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 Listen, Bridget, you know what I want you to do? I want you to invite her back.
Yes.
Yes. Me grew up in a church where they say $50 put her back up.
Oh. Well, in this case, we may have to put up $100,000.
No, sir. No,
Absolutely
no, she
beautiful.
really can't sing, you know.
Yes.
She is so good. You know,
Really
I mean,
nice.
those slurs and the way
Yes.
in which she places her notes, and you know, sometimes when the note that Mary would go up high, she just don't bother go up there, so she choose some other notes, and the notes sweet. Why? I'm telling you,
Yeah,
really,
really
very nice.
good.
Yes.
All right, so lots coming up. We have the Let's Talk segment that's coming up with Priscilla Barnaby Cuff, Lid Smith, Lyric with Chester. There are influencers who are going to be chatting with us this evening. We're going to find out the impact of influencers on young people. Are things evolving as it relates to the impact influencers have on young people's minds? Are more young people becoming influencers now just for the money and the publicity, or are those reasons really minimal? So we'll find out all about that. But we have a very special feature coming up now, Rev.
Absolutely. Do you know that it's Youth Month? Of course. So we're going to find out all of that and more. So as we are still under the theme Evolve, there are many institutions that are evolving. And we pause to celebrate with one of the many noble institutions in the rural parts of St. Catherine. It's really time for our 15-minute feature as we celebrate 50 solid golden years with the Guys Hill High School. Oh, yeah.
And so we have with us this afternoon Mr. Farron Edwards, Anniversary Chairman Committee and Physical Education Teacher, Mr. Cecil Donald, newly appointed Principal, as well as Miss Marva Gober, Vice Principal. Welcome, ladies, lady and gentlemen. Honorable, welcome.
Thank you very much. We're happy to be with you.
Great. Let me start with the newly appointed principal. Tell us a little bit about the Guys Hill High School.
Again, I want to thank you for having us here from Guys Hill High School. Guys Hill High School, as you have said, it's in rural St. Catherine, northeast St. Catherine to be exact. And we started out as a junior secondary school in the year 1971. A small school then, just over 600 children. Now we have over 1,100 students.
Mm. Talk about
Wow.
evolution. You've evolved. Yes?
A-
He's still on, Mr.
Absolutely.
Donald?
I
Sure,
agree with
yes,
you.
we have
Yes.
certainly evolved over the years from just 670 students to now over 1,100 students. And we're no longer a junior secondary school, we're now a full fledged high school.
Wow. Absolutely interesting. Principal, I see they have here that you are newly appointed. Does that mean that you are new at the school too, or is it that you have uh, just gone into the position but have been there for a while?
Thank you. I'm really new at the school, and I think I'm there at the right time now that we're having our Jubilee celebration.
Of course, and what a jubilee it is. Yes. And maybe Miss Marva Goburn, who is a vice principal of this school, maybe you could tell us a little bit about how the school has evolved over the years. What are some of the major accomplishments of the school, VP?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Good afternoon, listeners, YouTube, Facebook, and also Love 101. For 50 years, 50 glorious years. Yes, we have had our ups and downs. We have made major strides in the academic arena, sports, any area at all. Guys, in high school is known in that particular area. We now have a sixth form since
Wow.
2014, and we have been in the top 10 upgraded high schools. Our average would have been over 90% from 2014, and we have not gone below them. We had a student in 2019-20 academic year who got the Caribbean Award for Agri Science Double Award, Josh O'Neill Hemans. We have had students who have made it to the merit list over the years in CSEC, and those students will have been recognized nationally. We have students who have made it in sports, represented our school. The ISA Boys and Girls Champs have gone to the finals and will have come back with medals. We have done well at 4-H, national commendations at the 4-H. Mathematical Olympiad at the University of the West Indies. We have been there too. We have also gone to, we have also entered other activities and have evolved as leaders, have evolved as doing well in those areas. So guys in high school has made strides over the 50 years.
Right. And
Shivani, that is absolutely amazing.
absolutely amazing. And with some of your strides, you must have had challenges. So walk us through some of the challenges that you've gone through.
Our challenges have been numerous, ups and downs. We have the support of the community, but we wish in that particular area that we could have had more support there. We have issues with infrastructure. Our students would have outgrown our classrooms. We need to have classroom space there, issue in that area. Now with online teaching and learning, that is also a challenge because we have internet issues, lack of devices, and that too has posed problem for us because we do not have the number of students that we wish to have because of where we are located and the parents that we have. Our parents are rural parents, farmers, probably manual workers, and so they really do try, but the challenges are there to get the devices and to get the internet connectivity for their children.
And so how do you reach them?
We have a loan program at school. We have gone above and beyond.
I'm sorry, Miss Marva, you're muted. Your mic, yes.
We have gone above and beyond to help our parents. We have a loan scheme at school. So we have sourced, we have asked past students, people in the field, in the area, people outside, entrepreneurs, wherever we can get access abroad, here in Jamaica. We have a tablet scheme or a laptop scheme, and so that allows for us to make contributions. And so our students, those who are in dire need, would get access alone to a tablet. This they would keep for the entire school year and return it up on maybe for the summer break. And then we start the process all over. Then again, we would have gone out into the communities to reach those children, to touch base with those parents or guidance counselors. Right now, we have something working on our principal or dean of discipline. We are going to use a school bus now with a town crier, and we are going to go out into the communities, Linstead, Highgate, Gale, wherever our students are, flyers, everything, so that we can reach students and parents who have not yet come online. So we are trying to get to our parents and children because we don't want any child to be left behind.
This is an amazing thing, really. 50th anniversary, people of the Guys Hill High School, and doing some very innovative work there in relation to online learning and so on. Mr. Edwards is also here. Shivani did say that, and he is the anniversary committee chairman. Sir, anniversary man, we are in the golden years. Can you tell me what you have done so far in terms of the 50th anniversary, and what are some of the plans you have coming up in the future?
Pleasant afternoon and thanks for having me. I must also stress that I am a proud past student of this noble institution, champion on the hill.
You go, sir. You go.
So we have actually had a competition that involved both adults and children, where we created the 50th anniversary logo. So that logo is currently being used as to help us with the celebration process. We are currently selling memorabilia at the school that will bear the logo as well as the school's information, 50th anniversary. And on October 31, we had an amazing church service that we broadcasted across the world. It was on all the social media platforms.
Excellent.
During that time as well, we launched our 50th anniversary scholarship fund, because we know, based on the terrain that we are from, we definitely need our past students to come out and support the children who are here, because parents are having it really hard at this time to find the devices, as well as to find the money to buy the data and pay for internet services, if that is the case. Sometimes there are issues with paying off school fees, examination fees. So the 50th anniversary fund is aimed at actually getting some help for these needy students. Right, we are also looking at launching our 50th anniversary magazine, which we hope will encompasses 50 years of glorious work, 50 years of success that the school has gone through.
And you know, the beauty about COVID, Mr. Edwards, is that you can save some money. So you can celebrate online. You can publish everything online. There's no need to print anything and spend what you don't have. So you can really go out and go hard and just celebrate Guys Hill High School.
That is true.
Yes, I want to bring you back the principal, because the Ministry of Education would have released something yesterday or the day before, saying that mandatory sixth form will soon become a thing. Your thoughts on that, Mr. Donald?
Thank you very much again, Siobhan. Well, we understand fully well the thinking of the Ministry of Education, and as stakeholders, important stakeholders we're normally very supportive of the ministry's policies, and we know that the ministry will continue its consultation on this issue. Because truth be told, a number of our young people do leave high school and they are not engaged afterwards. And we find that we're losing some of our brightest minds. So this is an opportunity for us to save some of them, as it were, to help them to get the requisite skills. that will allow them to matriculate to higher studies, higher educational institutions, and even those who do not go on to further studies, they'll be more prepared for the world of work. And interestingly, I may say that their preparedness for the world of work is well in keeping, gentlemen and audience, with our own vision and mission statement at Guys Hill High School. We want to make sure that when our youngsters leave us, they are ready for the world, the global society, I may say.
Do you have the space to accommodate the students for this form level?
Well, many schools, as our school, will not have the physical space, but interestingly, as the minister emphasized, there's growing focus now on technology. So with that, we're sure that we'll be able to accommodate many of the students in the virtual world. And the Ministry of Education, I'm sure, will give us more details as to how this can be supported, what they will do to support eventually.
Right. How were the CXC results for this year, for you this year?
Well, it's quite interesting that we had to contend with COVID. And amid that, our performance in several areas was really exemplary. For instance, subjects such as agriculture, clothing and textiles, electrical, information technology, and that's a very big one at this time, food and nutrition. Some of these subjects I'm listing, our students scored, we got 100% pass. Others, we got over 80%, and that's just CSEC. And if I'm allowed, I'll mention even CAPE. Several of the subjects, such as chemistry, Caribbean studies, we got 100% pass, and others in the high 90s and high 80s. So we think we're doing very well academically amid the challenges, and many of the children Ms. Goburn mentioned, or Vice Principal, the issues they are facing with the lack of gadgets and internet connectivity. They are still resilient.
Boy, this feels like Guys Hill High School is the best high school in St. Catherine. You know, I mean, when I listen to those passes, I'm wondering, huh? Really? Wow. Excellent, excellent, excellent. We're moving on. But as we go, I wonder if there's a closing word from one of you. I don't know which one will take that as we move away from Guys Hill and going into other areas and territories. What is the last word you'd want to leave with us as you celebrate your golden year, your jubilee year?
Well, if I may, I'll say that we want to thank God for what we have been able to accomplish over the years. And we're certainly encouraging all our partners to be on board, especially our past students. Greater things are still in store for us. We are soaring to greatness. That's where we're going. As Mr. Edwards said, we are the champion on the hill.
Indeed. Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, madam. All the best for your 50th anniversary. Thank you so much for joining us. Great. That's Mr.
Thank you.
Edwards, yes, anniversary committee chairman and physical education teacher. Mr. Cecil Donald, principal at Guys Hill High School, and Miss Marva Goburn, vice principal. This is the family station, Love of the One. I'm going to take a break. When we come back, Rev, it's going to be time for our Let's Talk segment.
Yeah, the big boys are coming in.
I tell you, this is a Love 101, folks.
See we are. I want to go on campus.
Join the rhythm, enjoy the flavor. The taste that you savor, share with your friend and your neighbor. We're made in Jamaica. Join the rhythm, enjoy the flavor. The taste that you savor, share with your friend and your neighbor. We're made in Jamaica. Grace Tropical Rhythms, join the rhythm.
Make an impact on your career. Earn real money. Get 3 to 4 local and international certification in practical nursing and early childhood education with free CXC or CAPE subjects in 6 to 12 months at Distinction College, located at 26 Hagley Park Road, Kingston, 6 Nugent Street, Spanish Town, and Ocho Rios. Earn global certificates in 3 months in geriatric nursing, phlebotomy, childcare. We have the lowest school fees around. Classes begin very soon. Call us 356-4167.
Life comes at you fast and it can hit hard. Apply for the Credit Union Prepaid MasterCard from CNWJ with chip and PIN protection. Need a card with a personal line of credit for emergencies? We have that. Need a card you can use to shop online for that must-have item? We have that. The community and workers opt to make a prepaid MasterCard. All the convenience of a MasterCard. Discover the benefits of belonging.
This is a Family Station, Love 101. A very good evening to you. It is 6 minutes after 6 o'clock.
Where the student them to we are. Where the student to we are. I want to go on campus. We are carry the lad from campus. Come on, tell me what one campus connection. Tell me.
All right, folks, welcome back to Campus Connection right here in the Family Station, Love 101. I'm Shivani Blair, and my co-host is with me, Reverend Stevenson Samuels. And it's time for Let's Talk About It segment. We're going to be talking with some influencers as well as some people you've seen across your social media platforms, whether it's Instagram, whether it's Twitter, whether it's YouTube, Facebook too. Well, they're going to tell us.
I tell you. So our guests this evening are Liz Smith, and he's a Jamaican living in Japan, where it's already Wednesday. Can you believe it? Wednesday has come already in Japan, and Liz is living in Wednesday. He's an artist, creative, journalist, and educator right there in Japan. Then we also have Basilia Barnaby. That's why I like to introduce these guys, because I get to call Basilia's name, not Shivani. She's an adjunct lecturer. she is an adjunct lecturer at NCU. She's a YouTuber and content developer and also creative. And we also have Lyric Rochester. He's a singer, content developer, and makeup artist. Welcome, guys.
Hey, guys, welcome.
Hey, thank you so much for having us.
Great. I really don't know where to start because they're all creatives. So
that's why I want you start, because I don't know where to start.
Well, I'll start with the Lynch. Lynch, just tell us a little about who you are, and then I jump to Lyric, then Basilia.
All right, sorry, can you go again?
Yes, so just tell us a little about Lidge. Who is Lidge for those who don't know who
Okay, so Lidge is pretty much a Genki person. Genki in Japanese means very cool, very free-spirited. As Mr. Samuel said, and I'm here just starting music. I initially came to Japan to be an English teacher, but since then, new life, new perspective. So I'm pretty much doing everything that I can while being away from home, trying to connect it back to home. So that's
you miss home?
I miss the food. Can I say that? I will. I came back 2 months ago, so I guess I kind of have the little Jamaican was still going on, but I will come back one day for sure.
Indeed. Let me jump to Lyric.
Oh, well, my name is Lyric Rochester. I'm a mother. I'm a makeup artist, a fitness enthusiast. You can say I have my own fitness line, lash line, brush line. I teach classes locally and internationally. I certify as well through my company. And I'm a singer. I write songs. I am a TikToker now. So, I'm a creative in the true sense of like the word. So,
yeah. Nice. Basilia?
Hi.
You're no stranger, but I mean, for the newcomers.
Yes, no problem. So my name is Basilia Barnaby Cuff, mother of 2, wife of 1. Thank you, Brian Cuff. I am a YouTuber. I'm a media practitioner by profession. Of course, I was at Love FM some years ago, worked there as an announcer and a news reporter. I no longer lecture at NCU, so just to let you know, but I'm a full-time creative. I am a YouTuber on the channel Stuff from the Cuffs. I'm also a TikToker. I am a social media influencer. And I'm also the founder and director of Jamaica's only national gospel awards show, the Sterling Gospel Music Awards. I am a MC, event MC. Etc. etc. But basically, in a nutshell, those are some of the things that I do.
Hey, Shivani,
Yes?
Shivani, I want to come on this side of the interview, okay? So you alone will be doing the interview, and just understand, I am a creative, I am a MC,
You're a pastor, you're a JP.
I love it.
Let me stay with you, Basilia. So you started your TikTok journey when?
I started in March of this year. I actually joined by accident because my husband wasn't home for me to scroll through his account. So I actually joined by accident, and I've been doing it for 8 months now. And I have over 100K followers currently on TikTok.
100 what?
100,000, 105 plus thousand.
Yeah, and you've been making some big moves. You've been making rounds.
Yes.
How do you manage to keep on top of things?
Well, because it's something that I enjoy doing, it's something that I love doing. And of course, it's not something that seems like a burden to me. It's something that I actually love putting out. So I just manage my time properly. Of course, we have 2 young children. So that's something else that I have to do along with everything else that I'm doing. But as it relates to TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, because it's something I enjoy, it's something that comes natural to me to just put out on a daily basis.
That's the Lyric shaking her head. Same thing for you, Lyric?
Yeah, I completely agree because I have small boys, so like she's talking about go on girl, tell them you know. So yeah.
So you're a TikToker. You've been on YouTube for quite some time.
Yeah.
Why TikTok, Lyric?
It's business for me. It's another source of income for me. So I started it to earn money. It's what I do as a creative. I cannot go back to a traditional 9 to 5. I do have the discipline too, but being not in that environment for so much years, I know it's going to be a culture shock. So I look for different avenues where I can make money, where I can make residual income within my comfort level. And it's also like stress relief. It also helps with mental clarity. It helps kind of centers me. So it's like a de-stressor as well as work. So
I'm happy you said that because quite a number of people are really going through tough times. And I mean, when they watch Basilia's video or could be Lidge or your video, I mean, it's sort of comic relief for some people. They smile and they dance the troubles off and the problems off. And I'm really happy that creatives are stepping out and sort of encouraging people. A lot of people are home, can't go out, can't even go have a drink, or can't even go watch a movie or whatever. And you take the time out to create videos and you sit and you plan stuff. Difficult? Is it difficult?
That's what anybody?
But I'm with you, and I'll go to Lidge because she's standing by.
It's only difficult when I'm not in a very good mental space. That's where the difficulty comes in, because as a creative, it pulls from you from all aspects of your emotions. If I'm having a really bad day and I scroll through TikTok, I see a song that made me laugh, I'm going to do that song. But if I'm scrolling and I'm in a mood, I probably don't go on TikTok, or I don't film a YouTube video, or I don't post. So with me posting, I know personally it helps me where my mental health is concerned, coping, weathering the storm, all those things. So it is not difficult. It's just where I am at that moment in time.
Yeah, let me bring in Lidge. She's nodding too.
Yeah, because I definitely agree with Lyric. As you stated, Siobhan, everybody's going through a pandemic, and so it must be very tolling on a lot of people, mentally, physically, spiritually. We're on love, so we can talk about that. And so when it comes to creation, though, I have prided myself in making sure that whatever I put out is something that I enjoy. As much as people need to enjoy it as well, we always have the Jamaican saying, you can't pour from an empty cup. So once again, as Lyric says, sometimes it can be a coping mechanism, but sometimes social media can be the reason why you are the way you are as well. And so you must know like when to compartmentalize, when to know that it's time for yourself, when it's time for your family, when it's time for your friends, when it's time for social media. So the creation part is beautiful, but it is not always easy, especially when you're trying to outdo your last work.
You know, I'm happy you said that. So can too much social media be too much social media, Lidge?
Oh, absolutely. There are times I'm like, why me even? Let me say, what if we can just there Japan and we can just log out and just not come back for like 6 months? You know, because I do so many other things here. So it's like sometimes it can be too tolling. Sometimes you see something that triggers you because people think that once you're in a position to disseminate information, to influence, to be that main person that people look towards, they think that you're always okay. But no, there's sometimes when social media can be real heavy, whether it is by the comments that people make, whether it is by something that you work so hard at and you're not getting the returns from it. You know, we're humans. So a lot of times we can be disappointed. A lot of times we can be triggered by things, as I stated before. So yeah, social media can be too much. So it's
Basilia?
always important to know who you are
Yeah.
and know when to take yourself away.
Yeah.
All right, for me, where social media is concerned, you know, purpose can look so different at different seasons in your life. And that's something that I've always said. A lot of persons from TikTok are just getting to know me as a TikToker, but then there are those who remember me from radio or have seen me on television. And so for me, I would not say it is hard. I will say, though, that managing my time gets a bit tricky when I have to manage the children, be a wife, do YouTube. YouTube is so much work. TikTok is so much easier than
Really?
YouTube.
Really?
I find TikTok so much easier. I don't know about everybody else.
But you don't kids, you have to change clothes, change vibes, change age. No, but
Lyric, I have to change clip like you have to edit to.
For me,
Basilia,
TikTok
more you
is
drive.
so much easier. Like, yes, I do a lot with different characters, but I don't know why I find it so much easier for YouTube. We have to put this whole heap of editing and you know the production, and when we have to vlog and whatever with TikTok, I literally hit off a TikTok in like 10 to 15 minutes, no matter how many characters. But that's just for me. That's what works for me. And for TikTok, I have to either shoot when the girls are gone to bed, or I give them something to do and hurry up and go shoot. And so I have to find different strategies of coping in terms of doing everything that I'm doing. But yes, as Lyric said, and girl, you know I love you. Long time. You know, it has been a form of stress relief for me. I love to make people laugh, and I'm happy that persons are enjoying my videos. And so it's just a matter of time management, because when you look the 24 hours in the day finish, and sometimes you don't get everything done. So I just really have to prioritize, have to tend to the children, have to do my other things that I'm doing. So the hardest part is managing my time.
Right. Lyric, I want to come to you. Lidge said something about bad comments a while ago. That's nothing new for you.
Oh, poor Lyric.
How do you handle bad comments? Put it that way.
You know, say as there's a God, as there's a God God. I knew you were going to mention my name with that, and I was like, what? Why? No, Jesus, you can ask somebody else. I respond. In my own way, let me tell you, I view my responses as how Jesus dealt with the Pharisees and the Sadducees. You know, I'm very quick at the mouth, you know, and should you come at me sideways, I'm gonna go around to you around the corner, because I'm just not the one. And there are days where I'm in I have the mind or the attitude to respond, and then there are other days when some comments just like, oh, I'm gonna start crying when some comments just, it hits home, and that's what I'm talking about with like your mental state. It hits home, and I'm out for a couple of hours or a day or two by just one comment, because there'll be one comment and there'll be people commenting under it, agreeing, liking, calling me names, bringing up my boys, everything. And it takes a lot to not respond. And I don't respond to everything. But for the things that I need to nip in the bud, I do so with a fire in me, because I have been holding back a lot. You see me? And when you bring my boys in it, my family, that's when I get militant, because you're not going to disrespect anybody who has a hand in steadying my mental health or coming at me in terms of my Christianity. Because me being a Christian, I'm not fighting for it, but I'm very aggressive in showing that whenever our enemy or Satan looks at us, he doesn't see Christians or homosexuals or murderers. He sees God, because we're created in his image and his likeness. And even that, I think it's a gene or a cell that's called laminin. It is in the shape of a cross, in where he's embedded in every human being. So it's never just a fight against races and churches. It is always about you, the individual. And that's what I'm combating on a daily basis. Me combating those thoughts of not being good enough. I'm too different. I'm not understood. I am misunderstood. And then remembering scriptures that I learned. You are the head and not the tail. You're above and not beneath. He will never leave you nor forsake you. You're made in his image and his likeness. That's what I hold on to. But I do respond. I do, and I'll never make any apologies for responding, because that's when I have the strength to respond. You see me, my response is, they will be rude and they will be a little bit sideways, but I'm gonna respond, because nobody's there when some comments takes me out, so.
Well, I'm happy you said that, because some people really just don't have any filter.
Yeah.
They really don't know when to just hold off. People can be tribal, they can be mean, they can be, nasty.
Yeah.
And then when you answer some people, it's as if you're rude and you shouldn't say anything.
Yeah, and especially
Not only that, but it can also be a case where they think, "Oh, we put you there, so it's a case where we should
so
take."
we can say anything to
with
you.
This cancel culture, it is rough. So I definitely agree with you, Lyric. Like you have to make sure that you protect your own as well, because you are a human being.
Yeah, and people say, but I have a right. You put content out. I should be able to comment.
No, not like that. No, you don't.
Yeah, you're right. That's a Basile, right? That's all.
You don't work. I must say it work.
Yeah,
And sometimes I'll shoot Lyric a message when I see them going on and on, just to ensure that she all right and thing, because gosh, they can go.
Oh, by the way, I love Lyric so much. I messaged her like some months ago, but it's because my mother said, Lidge, please send her a message. So whenever you ever check your DM, go look for my name and you'll see it.
Like a request, Lyric. Check.
I probably have 5 million years ago. I love you so much.
Yeah, but it's something you have to get used to. Well, I don't know if you ever get used to it, but it's something that happens. And for me and my husband, my family have been trolled in the past. That people say what they want. Say I've reached a point in my life now, because of where I am, I can't answer like Lyric, of course. Sometimes I have to say, Lyric, hello, Simone. But I'm not afraid to block, delete, and move on, because I think if you're uncomfortable with what I'm posting, why are you here? Why are you commenting? Why are you watching? So I'll just save you. I'll just save you the trouble, and I'll block and delete and move on. If I feel, because yes, it's a public space, but it's also my space. So if it is that you are bringing a whole heap of negativity, etc., I have no issues with just blocking, deleting, and moving on.
Instant block and delete, Lynch.
No, that's right.
I protect my space, and I protect my other followers who are there supporting. So if you're coming at me sideways, as Simone would say, let me just delete you. Me save you. Me save myself, so because my blood pressure.
I get you. I have my share of that, because just like you, Basile, I used to do television. 2016 to 2019, and trust me, the comments that you see on a daily basis, sometimes you think, what me ever do? Like, you don't know me from nowhere. So it really sometimes hits home, and I know what Lyric means when she says sometimes just one comment, like you could see 5 million positive comments, and that one comment throws you under the bus, because you're like, should I go hard or should I just pull back? Because you also have to realize, and this doesn't mean that you're better than somebody else, but your path and the other person's path, your reason for social media and the other person's reason is not the same. And so sometimes you have to figure out, like, is this so important? Will this break a contract of mine? Not to say that you're going to do everything for the sake of business, but you also have to think about your future. But listen, whatever works for you, get it done.
Hey, one of the things I want to ask you guys, we're coming out of this segment now. but there are many persons, I'm sure. I just have a funny feeling that this is the biggest listenership we would have ever had on on this program, Campus Connection, because you guys are on it. And so many persons are saying, well, suppose I want to be an influencer just like you guys. What would I do? Hey, we just want 30 seconds each from you because I know we are out of time, but I cannot afford for you to go and we don't hear, what the consultants have to say about becoming an influencer. Who's going to start?
All right, well, I'll start. So for me, becoming an influencer, it was never something I planned to do. But then when you start realizing that you have an influence, then you can turn it into a business. So for me, it would be consistent, be creative, know your niche and know who you are, and don't be afraid to stand out. I've always said to people that if you go into the bread aisle, 1 million different brand of breads, right? But there's always something about a particular brand that causes a consumer to say, hey, I'm going to buy this bread today because I like how round the edges feel, or I like the texture of it. So you have something to offer to this world. And if it's something you enjoy, if it's something that you think you would want to do full time, then go right ahead. Like Simone, I don't necessarily see myself back in a 9 to 5 having been out of one for so long. So it's something I absolutely enjoy. So if you love it, be committed, be creative, think outside the box, be consistent, and enjoy it while you're doing it.
Thank you. Thank you. With the next 30 seconds. Liz,
All
jump
right, let
in
me
now
just go ahead, Carl.
so
Lyric,
that
I
we
got
put the
brief.
man in the middle.
But hold on. So I'm glad that Basilia said the thing about the 9 to 5 because I have a 9 to 5, and as you mentioned, Stevenson, Mr. Samuels, it's Wednesday in Japan. I'm actually at work right now, but you also want to make sure that you're in spaces that also support what you're doing. So these people don't know the language I speak, but they're like, hey, guess what? Go do you. So you want to make sure that as an influencer, you are in spaces that support you mentally, physically, socially, spiritually, as I mentioned before. Also, don't focus too much on being an influencer. Focus on your niche and what you can do well, and the returns will come. Because guess what? A lot of people pay attention to influencers in the sense of the followers. I can't sell tea like how Lyric can sell tea. I do TikToks, but I can't do it as consistently as Basilia. 100,000 followers doesn't give you influence. You could be selling a scandal bag with 500 followers and you get that. So also remember that it's all about what you want, all about what you love, all about what you're able to show passionately. Don't follow the numbers too much. It will come after. But first, be an influence before you can be an influencer, because that title can confuse people.
Lyric, jump in, because
Wow.
I want to touch another topic so quickly.
Okay, so only thing I'm gonna say, I agree with everybody, and to just take care of your mental health. You know what it is that you like and what you gravitate to in terms of wanting to be a creative or an influencer. So I wanted to take care of your mental health. Reason being, it does get very dark at times, and you're literally putting yourself out there on a public platform. So if you're not taking care of you, even the Bible says it having the mind of Christ. And it's filled with that mental health, like innuendos or like suggestions or whatever, or scriptures. The mind of Christ speaks specifically to up here, and everything happens in your mind before it happens. It happens in the spiritual, then in the physical. Before the world did make God, He said first, and it happened. So there's power and movement in words. So your mental health matters. So remember that.
Right. We're out of time. Durban is about to kick me out. But I want to talk, I want to touch, Lyric spoke about money. So do you think influencers or young people are doing this for the money or for publicity?
This generation is, but for the older ones of us who've been in it for years, we're like, baby, trust me, you may not slow down. You name it, isn't me? So the younger generation know, yeah, and they want the followers and the this and the that, but it comes with a lot of sacrifice. But
Yes.
about
And
it,
passion.
Oh, yes.
And passion, Liv says
wait,
passion. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. What's
Yeah,
the,
but
you
it's
agree?
something you can make. It's something that you can do for a living. It can be can pay you a lot if you do things the right way, but you still have to be disciplined. It's not just social media and turning on a camera like, hey, it's not just that. There are so many other things that go into it. So it's just a matter of being able to be disciplined about it. It's just like any other job you're doing, right? Just like any other job. It's just the non-traditional form of jobs, as people call it nowadays. But it's something that you can use to make a living. Yeah.
Yeah, make sure to secure your bag, but make sure you're good as well. So pretty much goes hand into hand.
Yeah, and the followers will come. They will come over time. It doesn't happen overnight. It will come. Put in the work, stay consistent, be disciplined. They'll come.
Humility is key, right?
Humility is key.
Humility is
Yeah.
key.
Oh, yes. You've never arrived. Yes, you've never arrived.
Well, yeah, that's
humility is key.
Yeah.
Humility is key. Well, that's all the time we have. Can I thank you all? Appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you guys. Big up on yourself. I appreciate it.
Thank you. That's Lidge there on the Jab Pad. It's Wednesday for him, Basilia Barnaby Cuff and Lyric Rochester. Follow them online. Just type them name in. You can't miss them. They're right there.
Yes.
TikTok, YouTube, it's Instagram. Y'all use Twitter and Facebook?
Yeah, Twitter is my thing. Twitter is my
Yes.
thing. I love that.
Great. Thank you, guys. All the best. Thank you. Very well.
Great program. Great guys interviewed just a while ago. Shivani, that was a great interview and a great program in all. We want to say thanks to you for making it Love 101, your station of choice. So, Chanel Mills, who shared our news today, and to, is it Micah or Mika? Barton Sims, fantastic singer. And also want to say happy 50th anniversary, 50 years solid gold to the Guys Hill High School. And those guys who we just interviewed a while ago, just absolutely amazing. What do you say about that, Shivani?
Indeed, it was really, really nice. Sorry, didn't get to do the I Chose Christ You Should 2 feature, but of course, y'all do understand. It was a packed program. Come back next week for another program. I'm Shivani Blair.
Stevenson Samuels.
Thanks to Moy. Thanks to Tony K. Catch you next week.
Campus, come on, tell me what one. Campus connection, yeah, that's a one. Campus connection, that's a one from campus. Young people that got from campus. Oh, Lord, that's a one. Campus connection. Oh, nah. Let me tell you, say, I love it there. I love it there. Love it there. Yeah. Oh, Lord. Ready to do bada dang dang. Hey, where the student them we are. Where the student.
The future holds promises and dreams for the youth that can be achieved through hard work, dedication, planning, education, and words of wisdom. The best advice for young people often comes from older folks who have lived their youth. We can't do without them. They are our guide. Being young is fun. It's exciting. Young people are physically strong, naturally more curious, and love taking risks and enjoying life. Trust me. To keep up with this free spirit,